This is how cold MJ is. I'm giving y'all, I've never said this. One dude, this got word around, you know, MJ, we all hanging out afterwards. One street dude come up to me, got a bag of $100. MJ, let's gamble. MJ looked at him. I ain't got a lot of time. Slip a coin for it, heads or tails. Dude looked at that 100. I'm good. He thought he was gonna go back and forth with him. He thought he was gonna go back and forth with him. MJ ain't got time for that.
I was a motherfucker both times. Because he was still talking that shit.
Yep, still talking
that shit. He was still skilled. It was just health with him. And I had to guard that motherfucker. Gave us 40.
Good, this is Hussein from the Switch Podcast. I do have a question. Who is your greatest player of all time and what's your all-time five?
Michael Jordan. The name alone brings back images of dominance, greatness, and a competitive fire that changed basketball forever. A 6-time NBA champion and 5-time MVP, Jordan isn't just considered the GOAT by many, he set the standard. From gravity-defying dunks to unforgettable clutch moments, he didn't just win games, he took control of them. But his legacy goes beyond stats. It's about his mindset, his intensity, and the fear he put into opponents. Even decades after his final game, his influence still runs through the league. Young stars chase his greatness, and legends grew up idolizing him. Jordan remains the ultimate measuring stick for basketball excellence. Now, shifting to today's game, Luka Dončić has already established himself as one of the most skilled players of his generation. With elite footwork and unmatched creativity, his game draws constant comparisons to past legends. Yet even with all his success, there are moments that remind him how vast basketball history really is. One of those moments came when Michael Jordan said his name. It wasn't just a casual encounter, it was surreal.
I mean, that's amazing. I don't know how to explain. That moment is just unbelievable, you know. MJ knows my name, it's a lot. So it was just an unbelievable moment.
Think about that for a second. Luka Dončić is a player who has taken the NBA by storm, posting historic triple-doubles, breaking records, and leading deep playoff runs. Yet even he was left speechless, simply hearing Michael Jordan recognize him. That's the power of Jordan's name. Luka has faced elite competition night after night, but even among the game's greatest, MJ exists on a different level. Because Jordan isn't just a legend, he's basketball royalty. His presence goes beyond stats and championships. It's an aura that has transcended generations. Even players who never watched him live still view him as untouchable. For Luka, that moment wasn't just recognition, it was a connection to the history of the game. When Michael Jordan knows your name, it means you're doing something right. And when it comes to pure scoring and impact, few players in NBA history compare to Kevin Durant. A 2-time champion and 4-time scoring champion, Durant has built his career chasing greatness. And for him, that greatness has always had a name: Michael Jordan. In interviews, Durant has spoken about MJ's influence, not just as a player, but as a cultural icon who reshaped the entire sport.
And Jordan was everything. You know, he was the standard. He was what you strive to be as a basketball player. I mean, obviously the shoes, the jersey sales, the commercials, all of that stuff was constant. But when you watch the play and your eyes were always glued to the TV, glued to him, and he just personified winning and competitiveness. And you know, as a young player,
For Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan wasn't just the greatest player of his era. He was the blueprint for greatness. The way Jordan moved, the way he carried himself, and his relentless refusal to lose all defined what it truly meant to be elite. It was never just about talent. It was about discipline, intensity, and making sure that individual success translated into winning. Despite the global hype surrounding his shoes, endorsements, and brand, Jordan's true impact came from how he played the game. Watching him was impossible to ignore. Every drive had purpose, every fadeaway felt automatic, and every game carried the intensity of a championship moment. That was what Durant studied and absorbed. Because for young players chasing the NBA dream, it's not enough to admire greatness, you try to understand it. Jordan became the ultimate example of competitive fire, and decades later, that same fire continues to live on in the players he inspired. And when it comes to carrying the weight of expectations and comparisons, few have faced it like LeBron James. For years, the debate has continued.
Hold on. You said LeBron James the greatest player ever?
Ever.
What about Michael and Kobe? So you just gonna pass Kobe up like that?
I'm gonna pass Kobe up. I'm gonna look at my.
LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Who is the true GOAT? Who faced tougher competition? Who made the greater impact on the game? It's a debate that has lasted for years. But if you ask LeBron himself, there's a different perspective. Because when he met Michael Jordan for the first time, it wasn't just a simple handshake between two legends. It was a moment that meant far more.
When I met Michael Jordan for the first time, I literally couldn't believe it was him. I couldn't believe it. Like, the dude looked like Jesus Christ to me. He looked like he was Black Jesus to me. No one could tell me anything.
That wasn't just admiration, it was pure awe. Think about it. This is LeBron James, a generational superstar who entered the league as the chosen one, carrying expectations since he was just 16 years old. And yet, standing in front of Michael Jordan made him feel like a kid again. Because for LeBron, like so many others, Jordan wasn't just a player, he was an icon. He grew up watching MJ dominate the 1990s, build a dynasty with the Chicago Bulls, and redefine what winning looked like. Jordan became the standard, the blueprint, the seemingly unreachable legend. So when LeBron finally met him, all those years of admiration came rushing back to that moment. Jordan wasn't a peer, he was the inspiration behind LeBron's entire journey. No matter how much LeBron has achieved championships, MVPs, records, he has never lost sight of who set the foundation. And when it comes to modern game changers, Stephen Curry stands near the top of the list. His deep-range shooting, his ability to stretch defenses, and his influence on today's style of play have reshaped basketball. But even with all that, one name still stands above the rest: Michael Jordan. Curry once had the chance to spend time with MJ during the summer. Interestingly, their conversation wasn't even about basketball, it was about golf. Yet somehow, even in that setting, Jordan's legendary competitive mindset still showed itself.
Part is I talked to MJ over the summer when I did an interview with him talking about golf, ironically, and he would be disappointed, I think, if I didn't have that confidence in my team, because if anybody is going to try to measure up with him and the dynasty of the Bulls, you can't have no other attitude than that. So I love it though, because as any hoop head and anybody who watched that team know how great they were and how great he is, the greatest ever. Like, what are we talking about?
That's classic Michael Jordan. Even in a casual setting, his obsession with winning and his uncompromising standards still came through. For Stephen Curry, that moment wasn't just about witnessing Jordan's greatness. It was about understanding his mentality. Because for Jordan, confidence wasn't optional, it was essential. To compete at the highest level, there was only one mindset: you had to believe you were the best. That same mindset is carried over to Curry. Like Jordan, he has built a dynasty, led a revolution, and reshaped the way basketball is played. Yet despite everything Curry has achieved, the title of greatest of all time still belongs to his heiress, and Curry has never hesitated to acknowledge that. Then there's Anthony Edwards. Known for his swagger, confidence, and explosive style, Edwards has quickly become one of the most exciting young stars in the NBA. He plays fearlessly and speaks with confidence. But when it comes to Michael Jordan, even Edwards keeps it simple.
No moves, man. Shout out to MJ, he the GOAT. I wish y'all stop comparing me.
That's it. Short and direct. No debate necessary. Anthony Edwards has heard all the comparisons: his athleticism, his fearlessness, his ability to take over games. Some even see flashes of young Michael Jordan in his style. But to Edwards, there is only one MJ, and he refuses to be part of any comparison. It's rare for a young star to reject being linked to greatness, but it speaks volumes about the respect Jordan commands. Edwards knows he's talented and has superstar potential, but Jordan is on another level entirely. Some players chase the GOAT debate, while others simply recognize the gap and continue their own journey. For Edwards, there's nothing more to say. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. End of story. Zach LaVine is no stranger to highlight moments. With elite athleticism, a smooth jumper, and explosive scoring ability, he has built a reputation as one of the league's most entertaining players. As a Chicago Bulls star, he understands the weight of that jersey better than most, so when LaVine speaks about Michael Jordan, it's not just admiration, it's a deep respect for how MJ carried himself on and off the court.
Huge Michael Jordan fan, and I think all of us were. Just seeing how he interacted with his teammates and how he moved as a player and the way his mind worked. You know, you can watch all the stats you want to and all the highlights, but seeing, you know, dudes in practice or having up-close interviews is different. So I thought it was eye-opening. To be honest, crazy is that they were still that popular.
For Zach LaVine, being a fan of Michael Jordan was never just about the highlights. It was about understanding how he operated behind the scenes. The numbers and highlight reels show Jordan as a dominant force, but what truly sets him apart are the unfiltered moments, how he demanded excellence from teammates, how he studied the game before it even unfolded, and how he carried himself like the biggest star in the world while still working like an underdog. That's what stood out most to LaVine. Watching Jordan in interviews and behind-the-scenes footage revealed a level of intensity, focus, and presence that went beyond basketball. And the fact that Jordan's influence remains just as strong decades after his retirement says everything.